Done with sports talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, back to the biggest fight of the year, in my opinion. It's from the ladies' side. Claressa Shields, 2-division undisputed, trying to go for 3 versus Savannah Marshall, who is incredible, right? And she's a middleweight champion, WBO style. They're going to meet. This is the second time they arranged the fight, organized the fight. Last time the queen passed away, so they had to cancel. And so now we're back on. You know, I was talking about a video yesterday where, some things came out in the face-off, or the, what do you call it, the gloves are off, about if Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall had sex together. Who knows what that is, that's kind of fun to play with. But the fight is coming. And, anybody, before I even go on, that's seen me a time or two talk about Savannah Marshall understands that, yeah, I'm a Savannah Marshall fan. She just blew my mind away. Now, when I first saw her, I didn't have any idea of how she fought. I had heard her talk first, and she seemed to, very humble and everything. But watching her come out and fight and seeing all this swagger and this talent blew me away. So I've been watching her fight since then, and yes, I think she's going to be the hardest fight for Claressa Shields. She can possibly even beat Claressa Shields. I wouldn't be surprised. That's how good I think she is. But this is the kind of fight where all scenarios are good. Something's going to happen, because Claressa beat Savannah Marshall. I'm not going to sit here like probably most of the rest of them act like that was just any win. If Claressa beats Savannah Marshall, she's going to get all the credit and a whole lot. I'm going to be hyped. And even if Savannah Marshall beats Claressa Shields, obviously. But here's what I think that's hard when it comes to Claressa Shields. This is why you got to motivate. When you're considered the best, right, you got to be motivated regardless. Because, see, most people, right, you have a lot of people, casual fans, are not into it, especially women's boxing. So they're just going to, if Claressa Shields goes in here and beats Savannah Marshall, it doesn't even matter how. Knockout, points, barely win, dominates, because it doesn't matter. Dominating doesn't happen. I saw Floyd Mayweather dominate Manny Pacquiao. And instead of just glorifying the guy who dominated the guy that everyone said was going to beat him, what did we do? Hey, he didn't knock him out. How can he be the best of all time? He didn't knock him out. Oh, Pacquiao's shoulder. Oh, it was boring. Right? Devin Haney, blows out Kambosos. Then we start acting like Kambosos is not good. Like I told you, he's not that good in the first place, and this and that. Right? And then it's boring. He didn't knock him out. He didn't, this kind of stuff. Always figuring stuff out to say. Then when Claressa Shields, if she beats Savannah Marshall, it's like, hey, she just beat Savannah Marshall. But let me just tell you what would happen if Savannah Marshall beats Claressa Shields. I'm going to tell you, not only would that be sports news, you would start seeing newscasters and stuff, just giving the normal news, but you know how they break over the sport? But they're going to be saying stuff like, the best women's boxer of all time just got beat by Savannah Marshall, a British lady. And then we'll give it over to sport. But before, they're going to say it on normal news. That would happen. And I think, that's for Claressa Shields. It's kind of unfair because, Claressa Shields and anybody in boxing understands that Savannah Marshall is a very, very, very good fighter. And for those who just are still sitting here, maybe you Claressa Shields fans like, Claressa Shields, she's awesome, she's the GOAT, she's from Detroit, she's hard, she's mean, this and that, and you haven't taken the time to just watch a fight or two from Savannah Marshall, right? Because if you just like boxing or whatever, you're going to be impressed from the skills of Savannah Marshall. I don't know if she's going to be able to do those same things against Claressa Shields. But Savannah Marshall is special. It's special. I've watched women's boxing for a few years. I've seen some boxers. No one blew my socks off. Because most of the time they get to fighting and all of a sudden defense, is out the window. Look like a bar fight. That's not what Savannah Marshall does. She has this kind of every facet of the game type of stuff popping off. So this is going to force Claressa Shields to be at her best. And my only hope here is that, you know, if Claressa wins, that she would at least get the props of beating someone exceptional, right? Because that's what Savannah Marshall is going to get if she wins. Trust me, it'll be world news, right? Just like I'm going to put in the title. It's going to be world news if Claressa loses. That's what's going to happen. But it's the other way around, it might not be. And that's the only thing that's unfair. Other than that, this fight is something very, very special. For the women, it's the women's Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. This is it, right? And so let's just see what happens. I just want that both fighters, if they win, get the credit of beating someone exceptional and not just one. But other than that, I'm going to do like most of us should do. Sit back and enjoy this fight because it's significant no matter what. Y'all got that? Doma Sports Talk Worldwide.